Welcome back. Kids Food Basket stepping in after one West Michigan school faces a food emergency. Austin Ruloff is VP of Food Access and Agriculture with Kids Food Basket. Thanks so much for joining us live this morning, Austin.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, great to see you. Now, Austin, Kids Food Basket has stepped in after one of our local schools lost food service. We're talking about the Muskegon Maritime Academy. Tell us what happened there.
Yeah, so we got a call in February from our friends at Muskegon Maritime Academy in early February. It was really on a Tuesday afternoon, and called and said, you know, they were going through a budget crisis, and on Monday they weren't going to have any food service at school. And so Kids Food Basket knew we had to step in and be able to support that, right? About 100 students, a little under 100 students at Muskegon Maritime Academy, and began on that following Monday serving healthy, fresh produce and proteins, full meal to make sure that kids had lunch and that they could be ready to learn.
Yeah, that is amazing that you all were able to step in that quickly, and a lot of students that were needing this help. So really great to see you all provide those services. And this is something that you're already doing for dozens of schools in West Michigan, right?
Absolutely. So we're most known, I think, for our Sack Supper program, serving about 68 elementary schools,
Nice.
over 11,000 healthy evening meals going
Awesome.
home to those elementary age students each and every weekday. And again, those are healthy foods, so those are protein and fresh fruits and veggies and healthy snacks and things that really, you know, can allow kids in elementary school their brains and bodies to grow and thrive.
Yeah, and that is so important, not just providing the food, but the types of food that's being offered. We're seeing video now of previous times that 13 on Your Side has been able to go and see the work that you all do, packing these lunches. Now, talk about how important that is. I feel like there's a renewed focus on the importance of making sure kids are going to school on full stomachs, that we're making sure our students are well fed.
Absolutely. We have so much data that proves that, right? When kids can go to school and know that they have a meal waiting for them at school, and when they can leave school and know that they're going to have a healthy meal to take home with them, anxiety lessens, they're able to focus on school, focus really on being kids, right? Be able to go home and play in the neighborhood and make friendships and worry about the things that kids should worry about and not worry about, you know, where their next meal might come from and that healthy food. And so we really feel like healthy food is a right at Kids Food Basket and not a privilege, and that every child deserves healthy food.
Yeah, love that. And I know that you all are not able to do this without a lot of help from volunteers. Talk about that aspect of it.
Yeah, it's really incredible to see the community come forward. We have 250 volunteers every day at Kids Food Basket.
Nice.
In our 3 different locations. And so between packing meals, delivering all the meals to the schools, you know, making sandwiches, making over 11,000 sandwiches in a day.
Right.
It really does take a tremendous group of support from kids that are 5 years old all the way to adults that are 95. So if there's a way you want to give back to your community, there is a way at Kids Food Basket for you to be able to support that.
So how does that work in terms of people who are maybe watching this and are like, hey, I've got some time where I can help with that?
Yeah.
You know, what is the process to get in there and get in action?
Yeah, great. It's really easy. So if you go to kidsfoodbasket.org, there's a volunteer tab on our page. You can click the volunteer tab and learn about all the different ways you can volunteer. We have shifts in the morning, afternoon, evening, Saturday mornings. So you can see the next 2 months in advance, and you can sign up for the time that works for you. No previous, experience required. Come in, we'll do a little training. Very simple. If you want to come in one time or you want to come in every month, we have opportunities for you in all of our locations.
That is fantastic. And I mean, as you mentioned, the different age ranges that you all serve, you know, it's not just schools that you all are providing outreach to. So what are the other services that you all offer at Kids Food Basket?
Yeah, so along with our Sack Supper program, our 11,500 meals a day, we also provide nutrition education. We know that when kids understand where their food comes from and when they get opportunities to try new fresh fruits and vegetables and they understand how to grow their own food, they're much more connected to their food, right? And they understand why carrots are good for your eyes and why different fruits and veggies are good for you. And so we have 2 10-acre farms, one in Grand Rapids, one in Holland, and developing additional educational space in Muskegon as we speak.
Awesome.
But ways to be able to take kids and families onto working farms and teach them, again, where their food comes from, how to grow their own food, and give them opportunities to try food right off the vine, right? And so it's that connection between healthy food access today and then nutrition education so kids can really build those lifelong habits.
Yeah, and that too, I feel like there's a new focus on, you know, just across society, I would say, in terms of being more aware of what you're putting into your body. Kids Food Basket is helping a lot with that conversation.
Absolutely. We know that not all food is created equal, right? So it really does matter, especially for kids when their brains and their bodies are developing at such a rapid pace that what they put into their body matters, right? And especially when they're learning things when they're 5, 6, 7 years old. If you start to acquire taste for that and you try new fruits and veggies and healthy proteins, those can really build lifelong habits and are really the building blocks to a healthy life.
So have you all seen more of a need with Kids Food Basket as we talk about different funding cuts and schools missing out on meals like what happened in Muskegon with Maritime? Are you all seeing a higher need where people are needing your services?
Yeah, unfortunately, we continue to see that need rise. You know, the cost of living, it's not just food that's increasing, but it's housing and transportation. And so we've seen even this last year that schools and districts that have never needed Kids Food Basket support before are calling, asking how they can get on the list and how they can have, you know, support through Kids Food Basket. So we're continuing to grow in a responsible way, right? We know that we can only grow at the pace that community, you know, supports us, right? We're about 90% philanthropically funded, meaning it's donations from community.
Wow.
It's individuals, businesses, faith communities, you know, schools that will do food drives or make donations to make sure that this work happens. And so we are continuing to see that need rise right now. And continuing to meet that demand where we can.
So you really can't make this happen without the community. I mean, you talk about 200 plus volunteers a day and basically being able to survive off of donations. The community is helping Kids Food Basket to operate.
Absolutely. We are completely a community-driven organization, right? We started right here in West Michigan and still have our roots here, just our 4 counties here in West Michigan. Again, the majority of the work is done by volunteers. We have over 2,000 volunteers alone just on our farms in the summer, right? Imagine the planting, the harvesting, the weeding, the washing of the produce, growing over 50,000 pounds of healthy produce, and the vast majority of it is done by volunteers. So it really does take a full community effort. And we just, you know, we want to be the host to that, but it really is community coming around and saying, we value healthy food for our children, and we want to make sure that every child has what they need to thrive. Yeah,
you all are doing incredible work. Austin, I really appreciate you being here early this morning with us and helping out so many schools here in West Michigan. Great work from Kids Food Basket. We're back right after this.